my whole mindset was, if I don't make money for the first 5-6 months, that's okay, because, I'm starting a new business. And that's, for me, that was my mindset the whole time going through. I did not want to, go get a job and work for anybody. So that was really my motivation.
Tell us about that first offer that stuck. Well, where were you driving? What was it, and how'd you get it?
So I live in West Hartford, Connecticut. So I was driving all the neighborhoods, and, in the book, it always taught me, hey, just look for overgrown grass, windows and roof all that kind of good stuff needs work. And there's a realtor sign in front of it. And there's one thing I did. I took my notebook, and every realtor sign I actually came by, I was brand new. I knew nothing. This is before, all the education that's out there now, right? The YouTube and all that free information. So I'd write down every single sign and every single real estate agent. I would call them. Say, listen, I'm a new investor in the area. I'm looking to, now I'm on rehabber, because I didn't know what the hell a rehabber was or anything like that, or wholesaling. I knew nothing, right? But I was a rehab. I coined myself as a rehabber, so I was a rehabber. So that one property, the agent called me back. I got in, and the property needed a lot of work. It was a property that had a lot of cat pee damage and things like that. So I made an offer. It was listed for $185. Made an offer for I think it was $145, and they accepted it. It was either $145 or $135. This is back in '04. They accepted it, and first thing I thought, I'm like, uh-oh, what do I do now? Right? I didn't have money. I had a little money put away, but I didn't have, I had no contractors. I didn't really have anything set up. And as soon as they accepted it, I had no choice but to build a contractor team and put money together and, rehab the property.
So you didn't get stuck in the analysis paralysis stage at all, did you?
No. That was one of the things. I had no choices. Either I had to go back to school or I was going to be successful in something. So I had to go, and my whole mindset was, if I don't make money for the first 5-6 months, that's okay, because, I'm starting a new business. And that's, for me, that was my mindset the whole time going through. I did not want to, go get a job and work for anybody. So that was really my motivation.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like it worked out. So how'd that deal go? Did you end up, getting contractors and making any money on that?
Yep. So I actually got contractors. I went to, I think it was the Foothills Trader magazine, and I called like 5 different contractors, and one guy answered. His name was Junior. He was the best. Ended up working with him for a long time, so I moved down to Florida. Month rehab, made about $32,000. Held an open house by myself, and then they ended up making about 32 grand on that deal, which was fantastic. But the challenge there was, like a lot of us, is we realized we didn't have any systems or processes set up. Like, no, I didn't even know what a system or process was, right? I got lucky on getting a deal, and I didn't even know what marketing was. Like, I knew, I didn't know. I was getting in the car, driving all over the place. And nowadays, you have texting, cold calling, direct mail, all this stuff that you don't even have to leave your house on. But so that's what I did at the beginning, and then from there, obviously I had money in the bank and joined my local real estate association, saw a pre-foreclosure speaker speak, and then now as a pre-foreclosure investor. Again, I knew nothing about that, but ended up getting in that world for a long time.
Yeah, that was probably a perfect time to jump into that world, huh?
It was, that was, so '05, or at the end of '04, after I did my rehab, I jumped into that. Ended up working with an individual by the name of Pat Precourt. I think you know him.
I do.
Him and I were business partners for about 10 years, and he taught me the whole short sale world. At first, my first role in the short sale world was door knocking. So I went from door to door to door. I had a list of pre-foreclosure names, and I would knock on doors, and people would answer, and it was a great way to learn. I don't recommend people doing it because you don't have to do it anymore. But back then we have a lot of different other ways to drive in leads. But I went door to door, and my whole thought process was I want to learn the business from ground up. And then after I was a door knocker, I brought another door knocker on to take my spot, and I started negotiating with banks, and did thousands of transactions negotiating with banks. So it's pretty cool.
That's what they always say, is if you want to be successful, you got to fire yourself as fast as you can, and it sounds like that's what you did.